Hey guys, Miss Rodriguez here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I'm just posting this video to get prepared for this coming week. Last week I posted a bunch of supplemental material on the classroom website for the lessons, multiplying fractions, tenths and hundredths, equivalent fractions, because those were all the skills that we were doing last week. This coming week, we're going to be working on factors and multiples as well as prime numbers. So that's what the lesson today is going to be on. Make sure that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Just because I'm posting this video, no pressure to do anything today. Again, it's the weekend, just like any other weekend. You want to make sure that you're enjoying yourself and relaxing. I'm going to be doing a little bit of that as well with my kids. So I miss you guys. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be making some phone calls this week because I did notice that some people are not checking Class Dojo, and I just want to make sure that everyone's getting the information that they need, especially the information about the website, okay? So here we go. Let's get started. It's important to remember that with factors and multiples, factor times factor equals multiple. For example, if you have 2 times 6 equals 12, the factors would be 2 and 6, and the multiple would be 12. If you have 3 times 8 equals 24, the factors would be 3 and 8, and the multiple would be 24. But it's important to note that some multiples have more than just 2 factors. Some multiples have many factors. 12, for example, has factors of 3 and 4 as well. 24 has several factors, but you could also use 4 and 6 to get to 24. So just a brief explanation of how factor times factor equals multiple, okay? Let's continue. What you're going to notice is some questions will ask for multiples of a given number, and then some questions will ask for all the factors of a multiple. So let's do multiples first. They might give you a number such as 5 and tell you to find the first 5 multiples of that number. So to find the first 5 multiples, you would simply think to yourself, 1 times 5 equals 5. 2 times 5 equals 10, 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 5 is 20, 5 times 5 is 25. So some of you might have noticed that we're just simply counting by 5. Multiples is a number pattern because we're multiplying the same number over and over and over again. So they will ask you maybe for the first 5 multiples or the first 7 multiples, but they will never ask you for all the multiples because numbers are infinite. They go on and on and on forever. So that is how we would find multiples of a given number. Underneath, I'm going to explain how we would find the factors of a given multiple. For example, if they give you the multiple 24 and they want you to find the factors, I use this trick because with numbers like 24 and 48 and 36, there are a lot of factors, and we want to make sure not to miss any of them, because if a question is asking for all of the factors, if we miss even one of them, then the question gets marked wrong. So what I like to do is start with 1. 1 times what equals 24? Once I have that written down, I move to 2. 2 times what equals 24? Then I move to 3. 3 times what equals 24? Then I move to 4. 4 times what equals 24? Then I move to 5. 5 times what equals 24? 5 times nothing equals 24. So then I skip to the next number, which is 6. But I already have 6 written down because I did 4 times 6. I don't have to do 6 times 4, which means I'm done. I have now found all the factors of 24. Now I'm just going to do a quick explanation of what a prime number is. When you are finding factors of a number, They might ask you if the number is prime or composite. The only way for you to find out if a number is prime or composite is by trying to figure out the factors first. So if I give you the number 5, I give you the multiple 5, and I say find all the factors of 5, I have to go through my numbers and try to figure out what times what is going to give me 5. I'm going to start with 1 because that's my trick, right? I start with 1 and then I go through them. 1 times what equals 5? 2 times what equals 5? Nothing. 3 times what equals 5? Nothing. 4 times what equals 5? Nothing. 5 times what equals 5? I already have that, which means I'm now done. It only has 2 factors. Those 2 factors are 1 and itself. Anytime a multiple has factors of only 1 and itself, it's considered prime. Okay? It is only divisible by 1 and itself. The opposite of prime is something called composite. If you have a multiple like, let's do 36. If I were to find all the factors of 36, that's going to help me figure out if it is prime or composite. Remember, prime means it's only divisible by 1 in itself, okay? 36, I'll go through, starting with 1. 1 times what equals 36? 2 times what equals 36? 3 times what equals 36? 4 times what equals 36? 5 times what equals 36? Nothing times 5 is 36, so I'm going to skip it. 6 times what equals 36? Well, 6 times 6 is 36. Now, I don't have to put the 6 twice. And since 6 times 6 is 36, 7 times nothing is 36. 8 times nothing is 36. 9 we already have, which means we can stop there. Okay, I found all the factors of 36. Because 36 is divisible by more than 1 in itself, this is what we call composite. Now, some of you guys during the year were explaining prime as multiplied by 1 in itself. But that's not true, okay? You need to remember that in order to describe prime, it's that it's divisible by 1 in itself. 1 times 5 equals 5. 5 can only be divided by 5, or it can only be divided by 1.